So, this presentation, okay, I'm pretty much gonna show you how you can level up this summer. All right. Um, if you follow everything I tell you in this presentation and you actually apply yourself, you're gonna improve. It's like a given fact. Okay. If you do everything that I'm gonna show you today, you will level up. Okay. In fact, you might level up more than one level. All right. So let's go. All right. So what is the difference between information and knowledge, right? Um, you know, information is just facts or details about something. All right. It's like when you hear something new or read about something. It's just stuff you know, but you haven't used it yet. For example, you hear that lifting weights, it builds muscle. All right. I mean, that's just information. Like, how do you know lifting weights builds muscles if you don't actually go out and lift weights, right? So that's just information. What is knowledge? Knowledge is when you understand the information and know how to use it. All right. It's when you take the information and apply it in real life. It comes from having experiences or practice with the information. For example, you start lifting weights every day and you start seeing muscles develop on your body. All right. Now, once that happens, then that information becomes knowledge. Because now you know if I lift weights every day, I'm gonna build muscles. Okay. So if you want to turn information into knowledge, all right, I mean you can't really just transfer or transform the information into knowledge. Just by hearing it is not gonna transform into knowledge. All right. It becomes knowledge at the point of application, meaning you applied it and you saw the results. All right. So, and then what is absolute knowledge? All right. Absolute knowledge is when you've applied what you've learned, you've seen the results, all right, and you fully understand, and you fully understand how it works. Okay. All right. Like information you read about how to do chondros and improving your first touch in soccer. Knowledge is you practice those drills and you start seeing improvements in your skill and confidence on the field. And then absolute knowledge, you now fully understand what it's like to do those drills and how they help you because you've experienced the results firsthand and can apply the knowledge whenever you play. So, guys, everything I'm teaching you today, I know it absolute knowledge. Like, because I've played for many years, I've coached for many years. All right. I mean, just imagine how many games I've coached. Imagine how many training sessions I've coached. Then imagine how many games I played as a player. And then imagine how many games, how many training sessions I attended as players. All right. So everything I've learned throughout all these years, probably I'll say about 30, I'm 39 now, so that's about I started playing when I was 3. So that's about 36 years of being involved in soccer. Okay, so everything I'm telling you today, I know it. It's absolute knowledge. All right, it's no question in my mind. Everything I'm telling you today, if you do it, you are going to level up. All right. Um, the senior, the freshmen or the sophomores, the guys who are getting ready for high school soccer, if you do these, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a really good high school season. All right. Not only are you gonna make the school team, you're gonna have a great season. All right. The ones who are in elementary school or middle school, I'm telling you, if you do this, everything I'm telling you today, you are going to have a really good fall season. Probably not probably, the best fall season of your life. I'll tell you right now. If you do everything I'm telling you today and you actually follow through, you're gonna have the best season of your life. Okay? I mean, well, after this season, the next season is gonna be even better because you're gonna realize everything I just taught you, and then you're gonna keep doing it. So the following season is gonna be the best season. All right? So what you're learning today is only information, okay? It might sound nice, but it's only going to become knowledge to you, okay? It's already knowledge to me, but it's going to be knowledge to you when you start applying it and seeing the results. So let's begin. All right. So what is repetition? Okay. Repetition is when you do something over and over to get better at it. For example, learning to ride a bike, learning to walk as a baby, juggling, and soccer ball. Okay, these three examples, you've only learned it when you know, you did it over and over and over. All right, and eventually you're doing it with no problem. All right, so repetition is doing something like the same thing over and over and over to get better at it. All right, make sure no one's texting me. Okay, so why do they say repetition is the mother of learning? Okay, because I've always heard that saying my whole life. It pretty much means that the more you practice something, the better you get at it. So doing things again and again helps you remember and understand them better. Just like learning to ride a bike, you may fall a few times, but if you keep trying, eventually you're gonna get really good at it. All right. So uh, rhythm, okay. This concept means that when you do something over and over, um, it starts to feel normal, like a routine. It becomes easier and easier, and you don't have to think about it anymore. So, faster brain speed. Okay, when you keep practicing something, your brain gets faster at it. All right, it kind of builds like a super fast racetrack for your brain's messages. That's what happened when that's like what happens in your brain when you practice something again and again. It helps your brain send messages faster, so you can do it really quick. Okay, so the more you repeat something, the faster the message is sent in your brain, and the faster you can execute. Okay. The key to learning information is regular repetition. So the more consistent you perform the behavior, the more likely it is to become ingrained in your head. Okay. So skipping days or not being inconsistent, all right, it's gonna extend the time it takes for you to form that habit. Study says that on average it takes about 60 days, so about 2 months, for a new behavior to become automatic or habitual. Okay. All right. So that's like in 2 months from now, right? I mean, the ninth graders, you have tryouts in about 2 months. The elementary school and middle school kids, I mean, your fall season begins in August. So you have about 2 months. Okay. All right. So it takes about 2 months. All right. And the key is to repeat the behavior and not get discouraged if it takes longer than expected. Okay. All right. Habits gradually become more automatic with time and repetition. Okay. So it takes time and it takes a lot of repetition. Soccer actions need to be automatic. Okay. You need to think quickly and make lightning fast decisions on the field to be successful. And the higher level you progress in soccer, the faster the game is, and the faster your brain needs to process information. All right, so the more the soccer actions need to be automatic. All right, I mean, the high school players you're gonna see, I mean, it's really fast. All right, so you got to be able to execute really fast. All right, so your brain has to work really fast. So you want to have all your soccer skills to be automatic. So here are some common soccer actions, all right, that needs to be automatic, okay? Dribbling, ball control, okay? So I would do cone drills, all right? 1v1 skills like being a defender, first touch, wall training, all right? Passing, also wall training, turning, all right? Like changing directions. All right? I mean, there's a couple more, but those are some of the most basic ones, all right? That has to be automatic. Like if you have to think about, you know, what skill to use to be a defender, it's too slow. If you have to think about dribbling, it's too slow. If you have to think about controlling the ball, it's too slow. Okay, if you have to think about how to pass the ball properly, it is too slow. All of those actions have to be automatic, like no thought, kind of like riding a bike. You should be able to ping the ball under pressure as easy as riding a bike. Okay, and that only happens through repetition. All right, so how many reps? Okay, um, I mean, if I were you, I'll probably take a picture of the screen or take a screenshot. The goal is to do about 300 reps a month of each specific skill. Okay, all right. So if you're doing about uh, 12 days of training and you're doing 300 reps, then every time you train, whatever skill it is, do 25 reps of it. Okay. And then if you do 25 reps of each skill, okay, so let's say you have 300 reps a month and you do it for a whole year, that's 4,000 reps per year. Okay. All right. So here are some of the, um, again, these are the most basic skills. Okay. I wouldn't do anything else, guys. Okay. Obviously, there's 100 different skills you can do with the cones, probably a million. But these are the ones that you're gonna use all the time in the game. Okay. All right. So two touches with the inside, two with the outside, one touch through the cones. I mean, if you've come to our camps or clinics, you've seen a lot of these. Okay. Inside the foot, outside the foot, the Iniesta move and V move. Okay. So these five, I would do 25 reps of them. Okay. Every time you do chondros, do 25. If you want to do more, great. But you want to do these over and over and over. So come game time, you're dribbling the ball without even thinking. It's like happening automatically. Okay. So yeah, guys, just these moves, nothing else. Just these moves. Okay. If you come to camps this summer, I'll show you some other ones as well. But we're gonna do a lot of reps of these during summer camps. Um, and then changing direction. In the game, you're gonna have to change directions because defenders are coming at you from all different directions. So being able to move the ball from left and right has to be automatic. Like you shouldn't have to think about how to change directions. Okay. So here are the skills you gotta 25 reps of these every time you train. So the inside cut, okay, again, just how like the cones are set up, you dribble to the cone and you cut, and then you dribble to the next cone and you cut. Okay, so the inside cut, outside cut, like the Messi move, the Cruyff move, the L move, the V move, the scissors, the step overs, and then you dribble around the cones as fast as you can. Guys, just these and do these over and over and over. Okay, all right. Again, turning, changing directions, same turns inside the foot, outside the foot, turn with the sole of the foot, Cruyff turn, L move. Again, I would take screenshots of these because you're probably not gonna remember all of them. Take screenshots of these, and then when you train, take the screenshots with you so that you know what moves to work on. And just these, all right? Minimum 25 reps every time you train, okay? 1v1 skills, all right? Again, you can use, cones. Like 1v1 skills in soccer involve the player using technique and deception to beat an opponent, all right, to create scoring chances or passing opportunities. So inside, outside cut, like the Stanley Matthews, I would do those. I mean, I would do those a million times, really. Forget 25. Like the Stanley Matthews, yeah, I mean, you do that all the time. I would do as many reps of those. Outside, inside cut, um, outside the foot cut, like the Messi move, scissors, and Iniesta. Okay, just those five skills, guys. Only that, because you want to get the most reps. Because the more reps you get, the faster connection in your brain, and the faster you can execute. So if you're wasting time doing other skills, then you're not really layering that the reps in your brain. So you want to do only a few of the most basic skills, and you want to do a lot of reps of those. So just these right here. Okay. So let's move on now. Wall training. Okay. Again, your first touch has to be automatic. Okay. All right. Automatic first touch. I mean, the game is so fast that if you have to think about controlling the ball, you can't play. Okay. All right. So again, receiving with the inside of the foot, receive by stopping the ball with the bottom of your foot. The Stanley Matthews in out. So kick it against the wall and then receive it in out. Okay, receiving with the outside of the foot. All right, and then oh yeah, and then the Stanley Matthews. Again, I would do minimum 25 reps of these. Okay. All right, more if you have the time. Because remember, the more reps you do, the more it's going to be in your brain and the faster you're going to be able to execute. So if you can do more than 25 because you have extra time, I would do 50. Okay. But at the minimum, 25 reps each skill. All right. again, not just on the ground, the ball's in the air. Okay, I mean for those of you guys going to high school, you're gonna see high school soccer. The ball's in the air a lot, so you gotta be able to control the ball in the air with the inside of the foot, with the laces, with the thighs, with the chest, headers, and then one touch passes off the wall. Okay, again, I will do minimum 25 reps of these. Okay. Again, ground control. If you don't know what ground control is, as soon as the ball bounces, you control it. So that's what a ground control is. So again, controlling the ball as soon as it bounces. So I will toss it up against the wall. As soon as it bounces, you control it with the inside of the foot. You control it with the laces, with the thighs, chest, and also one touch passes off the bounce. Again, if you come to camps, we'll work on these when we do soccer tennis. All right. Um, again, still with the wall, passing the ball against the wall, turn with the outside of the foot, turn with the inside, inside, outside, Stanley Matthews turn, L move turn, and V move turn. Just these guys. Nothing else. Only do these because these are the skills that you can use the most. So these have to be automatic. So training versus playing. Okay. So training is when you practice to get better at a specific skill. You focus on improving specific things. It's serious and involves practicing drills. Playing is when you actually use your skills in a game or in a fun situation. It's more about having fun and competing, not just practicing. So training helps you improve. Playing lets you use what you've learned. So you want to spend more times training a specific, skill. All right. So don't just go and play pickup for 2 hours and think you're training. That's not training. That's playing. Okay. If you're training, you're showing up to improve at something. So let's say you want to improve your first touch, then you go to the wall for an hour and you only work on your first touch. Okay. All right. If you're playing pickup, you're not gonna get enough reps to work on your first touch. Okay. Someone unmute the mic and tell me if you're kicking the ball against the wall for a whole hour, how many reps do you think you'll get in 1 hour? Someone, anyone, anyone? Can someone unmute and give me an answer? No one? Let me see. My Zoom.
1,000,
Oh wait, say it again. A
one
thousand?
thousand,
A thousand, yeah. Think about that. So let's go back. All right. So like imagine if you're playing pickup, you're not getting 1,000 reps with your first touch if you're playing a pickup. Okay? So training means you go on the field, you go to a wall, and you do the same thing over and over and over to get better at it. So training is doing a specific skill. Okay? So again, I talk to a lot of kids, coach, I've been training, but I watch them at Lakelands, they're just playing pickup. That is not training. Training is very focused, all right, on a specific skill. Okay. So this should be your training to practice ratio. Okay. Uh, all right. Um, let me. All right. So you should spend about 70% of your time training. So, all right. So focusing training and skill building. 30% should be like pickup, or if you're playing in a summer league, fine. But at minimum, 70% of your time should be training a specific skill. Okay. So again, take a screenshot of this, or yeah, I would take a screenshot or I would take a picture. So this is my weekly training schedule with the ball for you guys. Okay. All right. Again, this is what I would do if I was getting ready for high school tryouts, or if I have the summer off, and I want to level up. This is what I would do. Okay. So again, so this is with the ball. Okay. All right. So again, Monday cone drills, Wednesday cone drills, Friday cone drills. Okay, Tuesday wall. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday cone drills. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday wall training. All right, Sunday rest day. Um, and I will start every session with 30 minutes of juggling. So before you do the cone drills, you juggle, try to get your record for 30 minutes. And then after you juggle for 30 minutes, then you do the cone drills. Okay? If again, wall training, same thing. All right. If you're doing wall training, first thing you do, first 30 minutes, you just juggle for 30 minutes. Okay. Again, juggling, again, you get a lot more reps and and your ball control becomes automatic the more you juggle. So weekly totals. So if you are training, if you're doing 30 minutes, actually this is might be a little bit more because you're juggling every day, really. So this is 180 minutes of juggling a week, 3 hours of cone drills a week, 3 hours of wall training a week. All right. If you do it again, if you follow this schedule that I have for you right here, okay, um, that's 360 minutes, 6 hours of juggling a month. Okay, 12 hours of cone drills. Okay, 12 hours of wall training. And if you do this for the entire summer, which is about 2 hours, that means by the end of the summer, you've gotten, see, this should be 24 hours of juggling, 24 hours of cone drills, 24 hours of wall training. Okay. All right. Just think about that. Like, just think about how many touches you have on the ball in 24 hours. And you telling me controlling the ball is going to be hard for you? Like, like someone say yes. Like if you have 24 hours of kicking the ball against the wall and controlling it, how is your first touch going to be a problem? It's not going to be a problem. Okay? All right. Um, Hold on a second. I got a message. Okay. All right. Now, aside from training with the wall, you also have to train your physical abilities. Okay? So I mean, if you want to level up, okay, you have to do it. So I mean, you can do 2 sessions a day. You can do training with the ball in the morning, fitness, strength training at night, or vice versa. Okay. If you're coming to camp, I know some of you guys are doing like a couple of weeks of camps. I mean, we're gonna touch the ball a lot during summer camp. So during the camp weeks, I would I would not do too much of the ball work. I would do like the physical work after camp. Maybe go home at 3 o'clock, rest, chill. Around 6 p.m., do the physical work. All right. Or you can do the physical work in the middle of camps. Um, so yeah. So again, especially my high school players, I would join a gym. All right. I would do different machines and dumbbell exercises. Okay. There's too many for me to list. But these are a must. Push-ups. Okay. So Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, I would do 200 to 300 push-ups those days. So an example, I would do is 10 sets of 20, which is 200, or 10 sets of 30. Okay. Or like for me, I do, 50s. I do like about 6 sets of 50. So I would do 50 rest, 50 push-ups rest, 50 push-ups rest. And I would do that 4 to 6 reps. Pull-ups, okay? If you don't have a pull-up bar, tell your parents. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I want the parents to be in this meeting, because I mean, your parents need to support you. Buy a pull-up bar, and I would do 100 to 150 pull-ups, okay? So 10 sets of 10 or 15, okay? And then 3 to 4 minutes of planks, all right? Um, so, and then Tuesday and Thursdays, so Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays, all right? I would do 2 to 3 miles. You can go to a track and do it. You can do it on the soccer field. Run as fast as you can for 2 or 3 miles. Okay. And after that, then I would do 10 sets of 100% sprints. Like running as hard as you can. Obviously, take a break in between, right? So I would do 10 sets of running 18 yards, which is from the goal to the 18-yard box. I would do 10 sets of those. Then I would do 10 sets of sprinting as fast as I can to half field. And then I would do 10 sets of full field sprints. Okay. And after that, then find a good hill and do 10 to 20 hill sprints. Again, same thing as fast as you can. Okay. Again, take a picture of these and try to follow these guys. Okay. So let's calculate the reps. Okay. So if you're doing 600 and 900 push-ups a week, okay, that um goes to 2400 to 3600 push-ups a month. Okay. If you do that for 2 months, this whole summer, you're doing about 4800 to 7200 push-ups. Okay. Same thing with the pull-ups. Right, you're doing about 450 pull-ups a week. That's about 1200 to 1800 pull-ups, and that's about this total should be 2400 and 3600 pull-ups. Okay. All right. And then planks, same thing, 9 to 12 minutes weekly, monthly, 36 to 48 minutes of planks. Okay. And after 2 months, that's 18 to 12, 24 minutes of planks. All right. Um, and then if you're running Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays, that's about 6 to 9 miles a week, 30 sprints each of the 18 yards, half field, full field. All right. And 30 to 60 hill sprints a week. Now, if you go all the way to 2 months, you're running 38 to 72 miles. Okay. I hope my math was right. Some of my mathematicians, um, that's about 60 sprints. Okay. And about 60 to 120 hill sprints, all right, throughout the whole summer. All right. Um, so I mean, like everything I'm showing you right now, if you follow it, all right, for 2 months, you're gonna level up. Okay. All right. When your ball control and your first start to improve, you will play better. You'll automatically start thinking faster on the field. You'll feel more confident in your skills. Okay. And that's when everything I'm telling you right now will become absolute knowledge. And you'll probably start teaching it to other people. Maybe if you have siblings. All right. Because you're using it and seeing the results. Okay. Like, guys, just imagine if you're doing all these reps, all right, with the ball, and you're doing all these physical exercises, okay, and you're getting all these reps in. Are you not going to improve? Are you not going to level up? Someone say something. Yes or no, guys? Yeah, right. You're going to improve. Okay. All right. Let me turn.
Yes.
Right? Yes or no? Aren't you going to improve if you do all of these? Yes? I think I heard someone. Let me see. All right. Let's go back. I can't hear for some reason, but hopefully you guys can hear me. All right. So, um, yeah, cause you gotta be consistent. Okay. Another one is how long does it take a tree to grow, right? It's not gonna grow in one day. Okay. All right. It's gonna take time. Okay. All right. But you have to consistently train. Like the tree, it needs water. So if you're not watering the plant, it's not going to grow. So how you water your skills is by following the schedule that I just gave you. Okay. All right. Um, so some of my quotes before I finish, okay? These are all my quotes, all right? What you do today becomes easier to do tomorrow. So if you want tomorrow to be easy, you got to do tomorrow today, okay? Another quote is if you can't do it today, then you can't do it tomorrow. So try to do tomorrow today, okay? Lift to generate more energy and force through space, matter, gravity, and time. So the stronger you are, the more muscles you have, the more energy you can use as you move around. Okay. The application of knowledge gives it the power. So everything I'm telling you right now, the ones who are actually going to apply it are going to improve. Okay. And the last one, if you don't train like a champion, how are you going to play like a champion? All right. So that's it. Let me stop sharing.